So at 5 years old, all parents should always give the child not only a cleansing, but also a yeast and parasite cleanse, especially around the full moon. And always start with a very light laxative, like maybe a cascara, buckthorn bark, turkey rhubarb, castor oil. These are very mild for children, because lots of children have what we call pinworms, parasites. And you notice that a lot of children now is coming down with type 1 diabetes, what we call juvenile onset diabetes. So to prevent these conditions, you have to start to clean your child out properly, because at the end of the day, if your child grow and eat the same foods without cleaning the system out, they're going to have the same trouble that we had. So at 5 years old, start cleaning your child. Start giving your child a little laxative. Give your child a little yeast and parasite cleanse. Give them some bitters, not only sweets, because bitters will help the child's liver and the child's digestive system. Even though they eat a lot of these mangoes, all these kind of fruits, after a while the fruits cause the elimination of a lot of minerals. Then after the summertime, eat a lot of fruits before they go back to school to clean them out. And in that way, you will prevent your children from getting respiratory troubles like asthma and bronchitis and laryngitis and all these kind of, and even tonsillitis, by just cleaning your child. Because once you clean your child's colon, especially girl children, once you clean your children's colon, you find that they don't lose the tonsils. Because usually if the child's colon is all messed up, the child can lose the tonsils long term. And then the child, when she gets older, it's difficult for the child when she become an adult to become pregnant by losing the tonsils. So it's always imperative to clean your children out starting at the age of 5 years old. And always do a parasite cleanse every 3 months, 3 days before the full moon and 4 days after the full moon. And the sick care building will never see your children.
The mothers who give their babies cow milk, I hear you comment on it all the time. What do you want to say to them?
Milk is a poison. Yeah? Milk is a poison. The calf don't drink milk. The calf stopped drinking milk at 2 years old. And after that, the calf eat grass. Because we know for a fact that once a child starts growing, they do not produce the lactose or the lactase that breaks down the lactose in the milk. That's why a lot of children have lactose intolerance. Number 2, the milk have lots of inorganic calcium. It's mucus forming. If you want to try to have a lot of cold and flus and asthma, give them cow milk. Yeah? So when they pasteurize the milk, they remove the natural calcium from the grass that the cow eats. And they push in a hormone calcium and a hormone vitamin D into that milk. So long term, that calcium that was pushed into that milk as a hormone contributes to long term people coming down with kidney stones, people coming down with troubles, plaque in the walls of the arteries, have to put in stent or hydroplasty. So always try to give your children either the breast milk from herbs, because that's what the cow eats grass and it produces milk. So we don't have to give our children milk at all. That's a myth that they try to teach us. So always give the child your breast milk, or when the child gets to be at least 12 months old or 8 months old or even 18 months, remove all milk from the child's diet, because the child don't need no milk no more. Cow milk takes a long time to digest. And any food that takes a long time to digest will cause excessive amount of mucus. Simple. The longer the food takes to move out of the body, the more mucus the food forms. And we know for a fact that you have mucin that is produced in the mucous membranes. So once that cow milk is gathering into the child's system and it don't move as fast and it cannot be digested properly, it's going to store into the mucous membranes, and then the mucous membranes will start producing excessive amount of mucus, which can cause the body to try to expel the excess. Because once there is excess, the body will try to get rid of it in different places where there's a hole. Either the nose, the eyes, the mouth, coughing, bringing up mucus, the ears, the vagina, or the rectum, or the skin as boils. So once you see your child start having a runny nose and you're giving that child the cow milk, you have to remove the cow milk from the child's diet and introduce herb teas that will drain the mucus out. Because that's why cow milk causes mucus, because it takes too long to digest and to move out, clogging up the mucous membranes, which can cause your child to have excessive amount of mucus and even asthma long term. Always try to bring coconut milk or oat milk into your child's diet and remove the cow milk, because if you don't do that long term, your child going to have troubles in the respiratory system and going to always get a cold and a flu. And long term, they're going to have trouble in their heart. So remove the cow milk because it's a poison.